Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CSGO Clutch Podcast, sponsored by Prize Picks. My name is Adam Cohn. I am your host, joined by my co-host Dan Welch. Dan, what's happening, buddy?
Adam, you know, not too much. It's a beautiful evening up here where I live. Just cut the grass. Can smell summer is coming,
Oh,
and
freshly
it's
cut
beautiful.
grass smells amazing.
Unless you're allergic to it,
That's fair.
but I'm not, so I'm good.
Well, there you
But,
go. You know what was terrible, Dan? You know what was terrible?
but
Team Vitality laying an egg,
uh,
laying several eggs.
I was
Well,
disgusted.
folks, as
Like
always, as we do here on the podcast, we're going to review the winning lineup. You can hear the lack of enthusiasm in Dan and I's voices as we review this winning lineup. All right,
horse shit, man.
this is.
Absolutely. Sorry.
I mean,
I shouldn't swear.
look. Congratulations to those of you that played the variants and you played double pony. I mean, congrats. You could basically do whatever you wanted. You could leave a lot of side on the table. You got different. I mean, look at the ownerships: 15% on body, 4.5% into Joko, 6.7% on NBK. Like, it is what it
It's
is.
crazy.
The
Yeah, I mean,
Joko went nuts on Nuke.
do you see that guy's his picture on HLTV? He looks like a total fucking like a serial killer too, which
Oh,
is
jeez.
sorry, I'm swearing like crazy. I think it's because I'm tired. So
Yeah,
I
it's all
apologize
good.
to the
Um.
fans.
Anyway, so I mean, about halfway through that Nuke map, and like by the half, it immediately looked like you needed the Joko even in your lineup to cash with the way he was playing. And I mean, I give Double Pony credit. They outbeat Team Vitality. And can we talk about something else? Why did Team Vitality pick Inferno?
I don't know. That was confusing.
That pick
Especially
made
since
no
Shots was
sense.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not Zywoo's. I mean, I've seen him go off, but it's not his playground, I guess. But
I mean, were they not
yeah. That
confident in Kyojin on Dust 2 yet?
oh, I don't
Unless,
know. I'd like to know what the thought process was though.
well, I'll tell you what. Let's go back and look at the bans because I'm really interested for that. So if we go back here to results, we go back to Double Pony. No, Dust 2 was there twice for Team Vitality to pick. Twice. I I
Hmm.
I I don't get it.
Wait, he got banned in the second round.
Vitality
Wait,
removed Dust 2 on the second ban.
oh shit.
I don't get that. Anyway,
Yeah, that is a little
it's.
strange.
I mean, like, this is embarrassing. 16-5 on Nuke and then 16-7 on Inferno. That's just kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, I would be a little worried if I was a Vitality fan, which I'm not. But
That's just crazy. Anyway, let's get back to reviewing the lineup. And good call by you. You picked Astralis.
yeah, I did. Well, that's only because I want to be opposite of what you were saying, and that not because I'm trying to be like you know what is it contrarian, but just because it's good to have a little spread out the choices or whatever. So
Yeah.
for the fans,
Look,
for the listeners,
look at the ownership on Astralis.
it was so
I
low.
don't understand this ownership whatsoever. Bubsky 2.9% in the captain spot. Half or 10.7% on Glaive. Fair considering how Glaive's been playing. 17.1% on a $5,400 Zippix. There isn't much else to break down here. You had to have the two. You had that Double Pony and Astralis. Both had match sweep bonuses. So I mean, you needed to have that. Astralis OG did go double overtime, I think, or was double overtime in map one. So congratulations to Isaiah HC. Solo $10,000 takedown. $10,000 is a lot of money. Anything else you want to go over
Yeah.
here, Dan, from this lineup?
Wow, dude. No, I'm just annoyed by that whole slate, especially since like the that Flames and Nico outscored Dupree and what was the other guy's name? Um,
Magisk?
Come on, who is it? Mages. There you go. Yeah, that was.
There you
But
go.
I didn't play Mages, but just it was kind of. It's like disheartening. It makes me not respect them because of the they're when they're going off and they don't win matches. It's just I lose respect for their impact. So
It's a little frustrating. Dan, it's a new day. It's a new slate. Let's kick it off here. Complexity versus Big. Blame F, $9,000. The very, very overpriced Rush at 8,200 for reasons I don't quite understand. And the extremely underpriced config at $5,400. What happened?
yeah, DK is I don't know I don't get it.
Config should be at 8,200. Rush should be at 5,400.
They must have screwed that. That's got to be what it is. They got the
Folks, we're
names
taking well advantage of this. Config is my core play for this slate.
and value and well
And
not
value,
GP.
and GPP, and favorite team stack. We're just going to stack config 5 times in the lineup. Um, Dan, what are we doing with complexity versus big? Because Pinnacle, and you and I were talking about this a little pre-show. Pinnacle right now has big versus complexity as a pick'em. Big comes in as a minus 103 and complexity a minus 118. And then Fanatics a plus 165 underdog to Mel Sports. Mel Sports a minus 203 favorite. What are we doing with big versus complexity? Clearly the key to the slate.
I guess you could make the assertion that the general public may play a 2-1 big complexity or vice versa.
So
So I plan to three stack either side just to be a little bit
okay.
because that's just what I'm thinking.
So you're
Um,
saying two complexity, one big, or two big, one complexity. You think that's how the general consensus is going to be?
I think so, just because of the odds and the odds make people
I
do
mean, I
funny
can
things.
see that. So
Yeah,
on which side of this do you fall though? Do you fall on the big side or do you
complexity,
fall on the complexity side?
complexity, and
I
only.
go
Oh, I'm
ahead.
sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
no, go ahead. I agree with you.
No. Okay. Good. Yeah.
Just please
Well, I read in the
please
main
don't play
event immediately.
Rush. Please don't play Rush at
Someone
$8,200.
someone wrote, "Oh, it looks like Big has complexity's number." So I'm like, "All right, I'm playing complexity." That was enough.
Do
Enough
they
for
though?
me.
Do they?
They
Um.
played them once,
Well,
or
hang on.
maybe. No, that's not true. They probably played last summer too.
Hang on. Let's figure this out. Oh, by the way, shout out to Entropic, the old ex Windstrike crew, EPG family, whatever they were calling themselves. They have a home. So big shout out to them. Dan, I think you and I are big
Yeah.
fans of Elan and the rest of that lineup. So I am.
Oh, dude, he's so good.
He really is. I'm so happy to see them have a home. All right. So why don't we do this? Let's take. Here we go. So, and this is cool, folks. What I really love HLTV.org. You can see so much data here. We can see the last several times these teams have went head to head. So the last time they went head to head was in FunSpark. Dan, you remember FunSpark?
Oh,
I'm not gonna. I will not tilt on this podcast about FunSpark. Um,
yeah, we were all over complexity too.
yes, we were. Now, in fairness, those were double. Those were both overtime. It was overtime on Mirage and overtime on Dust 2. To be fair.
Yeah, and they probably should have won. I mean, they probably should have won Mirage because of the
Hmm.
ass beating that occurred,
So
and then it just got turned around.
they played each other in EPL season 13. Big won 16 to 12 on Mirage and 16 to 7 on Dust 2. So we've seen Mirage and Dust 2 picked for both of these teams the last two times. Do you think we see that switched up here?
No, well, maybe. I mean,
I mean, I'll say this. Complexity used to be a really good Mirage team. They have a 58% win rate on it right now. So, I
hmm,
mean, let's do this. Let's have a little bit of fun. We have plenty of time on the podcast. Let's have a little bit of fun. Pick a team that you want to play, and I'll pick the other one, and we're going to go pick ban. How we
pick a
would
t-
do it for these teams.
I would play complexity.
Okay? I'll pick big. So, Dan, you get the first ban. First ban should be obvious.
Train.
Train. If I'm big, I'm banning Inferno.
Yeah, they're banning that frequently now. So I guess I would have to go. I might go. I guess I would have to pick Nuke. I guess. I mean, maybe Vertigo. Vertigo. Yeah, I guess I can see Vertigo.
I could see Vertigo. I
Actually, I think it will be Vertigo.
It's possible. I mean,
Little
like,
Mr. JKS is pretty decent on Vertigo too.
oh, he anchors B site like a pro.
Yeah.
All right, so you're picking Vertigo. I'm picking Dust 2.
Yep.
I'm gonna continue
All
to,
right.
if I'm big, to continue to punish complexity on Dust 2. All right, you get the next set of bans. What maps you banning? We have Mirage, Nuke, and Overpass left.
Overpass.
Okay, I am gonna go ban Nuke. That leaves Mirage as the decider. So even as Dan and I did this exercise, wait a minute,
Perfect.
who banned Nuke?
Hmm?
I banned Nuke. Mirage was left
Yeah,
over.
second one.
Yep.
Yep. Oh,
So
you're right.
it still leads us down to Dust 2 and Mirage as two of the three maps. And that's Dan and I having fun doing this.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean,
I think if I was in Complexity's shoes, I'd pick Nuke because, I mean, look at that win rate for Big. 11 maps played for Big on Nuke at a 27% win rate. Yikes.
mm,
So we will see. I mean, Big's incorporated train into their map pool now. 40%
so
win
I
rate on
remember.
it.
Yeah, no, I think Complexity will still be on trade though. But I remember
Oh,
when
yeah.
Endpoint beat Big on Vertigo
Yeah.
not too long ago too. So I think it's. I'm starting to think that it will be Vertigo, and I'm gonna play JKS.
Oh, yeah. I'm very much in that. All right, so now we've talked about that a bit. Players you like on the slate, not named Complexity, who is a core player, I think, for both of us on the slate. I'm sorry, Config. That's a
Oh, not
JKS?
not named Config.
Not named Config.
No, yeah, I think you said Complexity, but I knew what you
It's
were. I knew what you
late.
were
I'm
getting at.
tired. Look, Dan, for what it's worth, I have 3 cookies sitting next to me with a giant glass of milk, and the milk is getting warm. So we need to wrap this podcast up because I have some cookies to eat.
Yeah, don't drink the warm milk. You'll fall asleep halfway through.
Oh boy. All right. So players not
Okay, so
named
yeah, I mean,
Config, who is clearly the biggest misprice on the entire slate. There was another major misprice in the next game, but Config is the biggest misprice on the slate. He's probably going to be the chalkiest player on the slate. If he's not, I'm going to be so overweight. Um, so overweight on Config on the slate. Who else do you like? It seems like you really like the JKS play.
yeah, I'm all about it.
So it
Just
would
because
be
it's
it'd be config 1 JKS 2.
um yeah, I think I'd have to go Well, I kind of like blame. Well, I kind of like blame F too.
You're gonna have the salary for it playing config and JKS.
Yeah, but then I can't play Poison, so which might be a good thing. But my but
So
I can't fade config through Poison. I mean, that would just be insane,
not well
right?
from a single entry standpoint, probably. From a large field GPP standpoint, no. Now again, config hasn't looked like the dominant self that he has been. JKS has picked up the slack. Poise has picked up the slack. Blame F is picking up some of the slack. It's evening out through these players. So if I was in a large field GPP, right, what I would do is I wouldn't mind playing Poison over config because that's going to get me leverage over all the config chalk. See what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree.
But I'm
Hmm?
not doing that.
Well, see, here's my other little theory is that uh, config has such a high impact on the rest of the team. Meaning, like when he does well, the team does well. Um, that it would be a bad. It would be irrational for me to fade config if I expect a 3-sec to work. You know what I'm saying?
I would agree with that. I would say maybe a way to get different is to not captain config.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, I won't captain config for sure. I don't think you need to either. Do you?
Um, I don't think you have to. I mean, like, is it bad of me to say I want to captain JKS?
Ooh.
Because I would not mind some captain JKS. And sorry, folks, for the little bit of a hoarse voice, but we're powering through it. I'm working on trying to get my podcast mic set up. I've been doing several tests with it, and I just keep getting the feedback in the background, so we don't want that there for you viewers, just to have a little bit more mic quality. So I'm working on it. Um, Dan, you know the one thing we haven't talked about? We have not talked about anybody from the big side of this game at all.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again,
I
pick 'em
mean,
game. Biggers own them 4 of the last 5 matchups. So, hey,
oh, yeah.
Russell Westbrook beat the record. Just got his
Oh, you got his 3 rebounds?
182nd career triple double, breaking Oscar Robinson's record for most in NBA history. Good for him. Anyway, back to big.
Yeah, dude,
Zantaris
did
at
you see, like,
8,800.
okay, back to
What,
big.
what do you think? What do you think about Zantaris at 8,800? I think it's a little bit too expensive for him.
Yeah, dude, fuck that guy. Oop. Damn it, I did it again. Um,
I'm gonna have to put the explicit tag on this thing for this podcast.
oh no. Okay, so Xantares is, I mean, he's so hit or miss. It's, it just when you have him and he goes off, it's great. But
Look, we need some Zantaris peaks to what we need for him to be successful. Like Zantaris, you're right. He is extremely up and down. But I mean, to his credit, though, he's looked better the last couple games that they've played. He's been the anchor for that team.
oh, and one other thing, he did it. His placement on Nuke changed recently, so he was playing ramp instead of the lobby, I think, which is
Really?
actually a big change.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
definitely big for him.
So it might have been why they've been maybe not, or maybe but why they've been losing on Nuke or avoiding Nuke. I don't know, but just for what it's worth.
Well, we shall see. But so like, all right. So just to wrap this up before we head into the next game. So you like, obviously you both like config one for complexity, purely due to value, purely because of the extreme misprice in salary. Correct?
Yeah.
You and
Well, actually, I think you can. What you? Oh,
no, go ahead.
sorry.
You're
No, I
good.
think you could say that it's not about value. That it's just like I would have played config at 88,000 too. So that's it justifies having money on the table. Like you don't have like I'm not gonna try to fit everything just because I have config. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna leave money on the table because config.
Right. And I'm not,
Yeah.
and again, like I'm more saying it for value purposes. He's my number one. I kind of really like Blame F also in this matchup. So I mean, like I think our top three are Config, JKS, and Blame F. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously, Rush is too overpriced, and Poison's someone you want exposure to in MMEs. Just know again, Poison's extremely volatile. If
Hmm.
if you get him on a 20 and 40 day, you're not going anywhere. If you get him on a
Yeah,
40 and 20 day, you're crushing. Just know that Poison is extremely volatile. He's, I mean, he's arguably the most volatile opper in all of Tier 1 Counter Strike.
I think I would have to agree with you on that
And
because
again,
it's crazy.
that's for DFS purposes, not as a player. I'm saying for DFS purposes.
Yeah,
So, all right,
good point.
and for me, I do like Xantaris if you could afford him. If you're not playing complexity, Xantaris 1, Searson 2, Tabson 3. And I also don't mind taking shots on Keto, who's been a
Matizian,
Would you stop with the Tizian?
dude, I got it. I nailed it the
You
last time.
got it once.
Oh, dude, I got like 5x just because of Tizian.
Oh boy. All right. So with that being said, so Tizian's obviously our fifth on that. Let's get on to the next game. This game should
Okay.
not take too long. I can't believe I'm saying that. Fnatic, Mouse Sports versus Fnatic. Mouse Sports, like we said, coming as a minus 203 favorite according to Pinnacle. Fnatic plus 165 underdog. What are we doing, Dan?
Math sports, 3 stack. I mean, Fnatic looked just like dog doo doo the last two
Fnatic
matches
looked
I've seen.
terrible.
So bad. Even Crims was just like
I,
kind of
I I don't
kind
know
of
what
bad.
I don't know what this team is gonna do. I really don't. I mean, Nox hanging
I
out there for
heard
what it's worth.
that's what I was gonna say. I heard Knock might. I mean, they're a Swedish team, right?
They are.
Hmm.
And again, this is a legendary Swedish organization.
Yeah,
And I am a
yeah. I mean,
Fnatic. Go ahead.
they're gonna resurge like 100%. Like their organization is gonna make it happen
This
somehow.
team, when we get back to LAN, I think could look a lot different.
Mm, yeah.
So with that being said, Fnatic's my third favorite team in the world. Heroic obviously one, Astralis two, Fnatic three. Um, I've just been a Fnatic fan ever since this. I started watching Counter Strike last year when the pandemic hit, and was playing them and saw them, gut out those performances against Mouse Sports to get to the finale of what was it? I think it was Pro League Season 11, and just those gutsy performances by all of them. I became fans of Fnatic. Um, but Mouse Sports, I'll tell you how we get different on the slate. We play Dexter.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Yeah.
You
I'm
you do not sound excited to play Dexter at all.
only because of config, but that would be irrational because of the pricing discrepancy. And just so if for anybody who doesn't know, irrational decision making is in markets is something that just doesn't make any sense. I'm not explaining it very well right now, but I would say that
Dan is tired.
to say that I wouldn't play Dexter just because I have Tizian in my lineup would not be a sound decision because
This is
the money doesn't matter.
what you're saying is this is a type of day where you can leave $10,000, $15,000 on the table.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So with that being said, Rops is my favorite. It's not close.
Yeah.
Frozen. I think Frozen's third for me. I like Acor. I like
Mhm.
Acor a lot. Versus Giacchino, who hasn't looked good. Leaving the Sponge Machine game out of it. This is not Sponge
Oh
or
yeah.
Machine teams. Um, Rops is again. If it wasn't for config, probably my other core play. He's so good. So I would say Rops one, A core two to be different.
Rops?
Yeah, Rops is so good.
Yeah, you got to go with Rob. I mean, yeah, he's amazing. He's very good. He's like in my mind, he's kind of like Yakinder good. I mean, well, better than Yakinder actually.
I was gonna say he's definitely better than Yakindar. Um,
Yeah.
so Rops one, A core two, Frozen three. You want to put Frozen two? I got no problem with that. Again, Rops and Frozen are one of the best 1-2 duos in the game. BMAS 4, Dexter 5. I may not get there. Dexter stats have been up and down again. But versus this terrible looking Fnatic team, sucks to say. But I think Dexter could have a good game too, especially Dexter seems to like Dust 2 a lot.
Yeah, I think they're gonna play Dust 2 too. That's funny you just said that.
Well, I
Um.
and I think Dexter and BMAS like to play long doors.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that I mean, Dust 2 was the Renegades map too. And he always popped off on it.
Yeah, so he's probably right at home on it. Okay, so
Yep.
Fnatic. I know you're probably not playing Fnatic for single entry. So
I only have one entry though.
so
I
Put on your large field GPP cap.
Okay.
Does anybody from Fnatic stick out to you? I'm looking at a certain player at 5,800.
Crims, I guess, but
Yeah. I mean, Crims isn't my favorite play. Brolin's my first favorite. Crims second. Giacchino third. JW fourth. And Golden
Golden.
fifth.
Golden, I would probably be more interested in Golden than anybody else because he sometimes like goes crazy in these when they get routed because he's I don't know if he has to clutch or something.
All right, folks, that's it. Thank you for tuning into the CSGO Clutch podcast. Dan wants to play Golden. I'm out. You take over the podcast. No, I'm kidding. But I think this game's gonna be interesting. I think you just play mouse sports and try to figure out what you want to do with complexity and big. Look, this could turn into a team vitality double pony situation. Except mouse sports have looked really good and Fnatic have looked absolutely terrible. So I would just say if you want to play Fnatic, leave it to MMEs and large field GPPs.
Yeah.
Because anything can happen. It's a two-game
Mm-hmm.
slate. You get crazy. You do whatever. You know where you can get some action, Dan? That's not named DraftKings. It's our sponsor, Prize
Ooh,
Picks.
the old prize picks, huh?
Prize Picks, that's right. Head over to prizepicks.com, and for new depositors, use that promo code CLUTCH. Again, promo code CLUTCH. And Prize Picks is matching your deposit up to $100, 100% of the way. So you deposit $100, Prize Picks will match that $100 in promo credit. It's a fantastic deal. You do not see this in the industry anymore. You see 10%, 20%. You don't see 100% match. Love what Prize Picks are doing. In my opinion, kind of sort of I'm not going to say that, well, they're kind of sort of the future of DFS because you're not playing against a bunch of people, which is fun in its own right. But it's like this mix between DraftKings and sports betting where you're just playing against a line, but it's still kind of sort of DFS relevant. I love Prize Picks. It's a great website. So again, use the promo code CLUTCH for a 100% deposit bonus up to $100 for new depositors. And while I have everyone's attention on some other housekeeping, don't forget to hit that like button. Doesn't cost you anything. Hit the like button, folks. Leave a comment down below. And hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate it. Thank you to all of our subscribers. And hit that notification bell. That way there you all see every single time one of these podcasts drop. We have a Twitter account that's going to be launching later on this week, Dan. I've almost got it ready. The Twitter account's almost ready to make its debut. So we will debut
Nice.
that later in the week. What do you
Okay.
think? You pumped? You excited? We got Twitter. It's like
Yeah,
we're
no,
all it's like we're official or something.
I'm a bit of a Twitter enthusiast, so I will be hyping it up as
I'm
much as I
crypto
can.
Twitter enthusiast. What?
Well, no, I also get into arguments with probably I would say probably college kids from Australia about how bad Hobbit
What?
is.
What?
I got banned for a day on Twitter because I tweeted Navi and I said
Navi put you in Twitter jail?
no, Twitter did because I said, hey guys, will you please like pound these twats into the ground? And they said that I can't use like phrases that incite violence. I'm like, but it was for Counter Strike. It wasn't real. I mean,
Oh, I think Twitter might just be Navi fans. No, I'm kidding. All right, let's get into it, Dan. Let's get into our
okay,
core. I'm tired. Core value GPP favorite team stack segment. Then we'll get into our prize picks. I think you and I have the same core play.
config.
Config.
Hmm?
Value.
Config.
It's config.
If you need it,
GPP. Just say it.
Xantares.
Ah, he didn't go for the three-peat.
No, who? Oh,
He didn't go for the three-peat. I
well,
was
I don't
hoping
think
you
you
were gonna say
can.
config again.
I don't think you. I think they're mutually exclusive. Like you could be a value and core, but not GPP and value.
Yeah,
So
that's fair. I'll give the folks some other value. JKS and Krems and Keto.
yeah, gotta go Fnatic for
Yep.
sure.
Talk to you 1 to 2 GPP plays you like from the slate.
Brolin,
Mm-hmm.
Crims,
Yep.
Golden.
Yep. No poison.
Maybe I think Poison will get played. I don't. I mean, he always gets ownership. Like not much, but I would say maybe Rush too, just
Oh,
because
I was just
he's
gonna
gonna be
say,
like
don't
zero.
say he's
He's gonna be
8,200.
0% owned.
He should be. He's overpriced. Watch Rush have a Zybu like day and go like 70 and 30.
Yeah, has that ever happened though? I mean, like
I have no
realistically,
idea. GPP
I
plays
gotta
to
look.
me are Rops, Blame F, Xantaris, Frozen. I will not play Rush. I like Poison for GPPs, Chiquino for GPPs, JW as well, and JKS obviously. Who's your favorite team stack on the slate?
It's gonna be probably. Oh man, I can't decide between complexity and I'm because I'm really not gonna play big or fanatic. So I
It's
guess
between complexity and mouse
I'll
sports
go
for
with
you.
yeah, I'll go with mouse sports just because
I
maybe I'll do some big one-offs, but
Yeah, I also like mouse sports. My favorite team stack. Alrighty, it's Prize Picks time. It's Prize Picks time. Here we go. Let me just refresh to make sure we get the best lines for our listeners out there. And again, congratulations to Russell Westbrook for making NBA history. That's pretty cool. Alrighty, Dan.
insane. Yep.
Look who's up here that we can play on the slate. It's Get
Get it
Right,
right.
legend of Counter Strike,
Mm-hmm.
and Esperanto went from Contact to some team named Gorillas. Let's actually take a look at that real quick.
I think those are a little bit high for those guys. I mean, they've been actually. I don't think I can say that for
Oh,
Esperanto because I haven't seen him play.
NATO Sapphics?
That
Oh,
kind of team?
Gorillas is the Flusha Sunny team.
No shit. Oh,
Okay. And NATO Sapphics is on the team. He got signed. Good for
dude,
him.
that's a pretty good
That's a
team.
pretty decent lineup right there. Flusha Sunny, NATO Sapphics, who's going to be the opera for that team, I think. He's usually the opera.
Oh yeah,
Sergey and
yeah, he's on.
Esperanto. Okay.
Huh?
That just made me look at this a completely different way. This is why we do our research, folks. Give me Get Right under 37 and a half.
Yeah, 100 definitely.
No disrespect to the legend that is Get Right. I'll take the under on that. Dan, give me some prize base. We got a lot here on this slate. I like this. Who do you like? Who
Um,
do you like here? We got Flit at 40 and a half.
I mean that's come on. I mean
Right?
that's just. I mean that's hard for anybody to reach. Fox over. I mean,
Fox over
he
35 and a half.
yeah.
Okay.
Red Star versus Fours probably. I might avoid that one. That's kind of
Yeah,
like
I
right
mean, we have
around.
tons here. Like we have Rusty for Gamer Legion. We got Searson, JKS. I mean, you and I are JKS fans, and 35 and a half is, you know,
Over.
yeah, I agree.
Neofrag over for sure.
Okay,
I mean he just crushes in tier two. So wait, but it's endpoint.
it's endpoint.
Um,
I could see the
yeah,
under on that. Maybe I don't know enough about that team, so
yeah. I mean, I just know that he goes off sometimes,
yep.
like big time.
All right, so
Oh,
who else you got?
innocent over, slacks over, thick you over.
Leave some for me. It's just rattling them off, folks. Um,
Actually, not thick you. Never mind, because they're playing Sprout. So
yeah, Fiku, I'm gonna go
well,
under. Mezzi under. Dan, what are you doing with Shocks? 34 and a half.
under.
Yeah, I agree. All
Oh
right.
wait.
Hmm?
Mm,
You want to say over?
Hmm. I don't. You're gonna do under?
I'm doing under on Shucks.
Okay, I'll go. I'll stick with that.
Okay. This is an interesting stat line here. So Prize Picks has Crims right now at 34.5. I'll take the over. What do you think? Or you think that's a trap?
I don't trust Crims. I mean, I'd have to see him play like a little bit more to trust that.
That's
So I'd have
fair.
to go. I might just avoid it.
Totally
I mean, you
fair.
don't have to play that.
True. I mean, the beauty of this is you can play whoever you want and how many you want. You can play as much as 2 all the way to 5. All right, Dan, anything else you want to tell the folks, or should we get out of here?
Um, let me see. It is
He's looking at
Bono's
birthdays,
birthday
folks.
today.
Who?
Bono from U2, the lead singer to U2.
There you go. We're going to have a birthday segment here on the show sponsored by Dan Welch. All right, anything else, Dan, and we can head out of here.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
All right. Folks, follow us on Twitter at AdamWX21, at Wandelch, WANDELCH. And, yeah, we will debut the Twitter later this week for this CSGO Clutch podcast, and I've almost got that ready to go, and I've got another big thing in the works for everyone listening out there, and stay tuned for that later this month. Dan, always a
Adam?
pleasure, my friend. We will be back for another Flashpoint podcast where I believe we get the debuting device. Do we? Maybe? Aw, no we don't.
Yeah,
Not till
hope
Friday.
so. Yeah.
Not till Friday. So Wednesday it'll be Heroic versus Sprout and G2 versus FaZe Clan. Lot to break down there. For Dan, I'm Adam. Good luck on this slate. Latest, peoples.